Sally must calculate 5.701 divided by 3.64, but he can't remember what to do about decimal points. Instead, Sally solves the problem 5701 divided by 364 using the division algorithm and gets the answer 15.66208. Sally knows that she must shift the decimal point in 15.66208 somehow to get the correct answer to 5.701 divided by 3.64. Okay, so first, let's describe the standard procedure for determining where to put the decimal point in the answer and explain why this procedure is valid. So typically, we write 5.701 divided by 3.64, and then we move the decimal point to the right the same number of places in the divisor, the dividend, and the divisor, until the divisor is a whole number. So I'm going to move this 2 to the right. I'm going to move this 2 to the right. So instead of that division, the original division problem, we're going to do 364 into 570.1. Okay, so this is how you would actually answer the question. We could say, well, how many times does 364 go into 570? And it would be one time. And we have 364. And I'm going to subtract. So I have 206 and bring down the 1. I don't need that point. Okay, so 364 goes into 2061, probably 5 times. So 5 times 364 would be 1,500 plus 300 plus 20, so 1820. And when I subtract, I have 1 for 241. 364 doesn't go into that, so we bring down a 0. So how many times does 364 go into 2,410? I'm going to guess 6 times. And I actually was able to do that in my head because I was just looking at this number. But you can see that the decimal point goes between the 1 and the 5. So we don't have to finish doing this, but to explain why this process works of like moving the decimal point the same number of places to the right in both the divisor and the dividend, I think the easiest way to explain it is with fractions. So 3.64, 5.701 divided by 3.64 is the same thing as saying 5.701 over 3.64 as a fraction. And if I want the divisor to be a whole number, I'm going to multiply this by 10 and 10. So I'm going to multiply by 100 to move that decimal point 2 to the right. And if you do it on the bottom, you got to do it on the top. So this becomes 570.1 divided by 364. So this fraction and this fraction are equivalent fractions, and they are equal. They have the same value. Okay, so we can do this division instead of this division. But how could Sally have used estimation to determine where to put her decimal point? So we were doing 5.701 divided by 3.64, and I would say, if I was going to estimate, I would say, well, this is approximately the same as 6 divided by 4, which is 3 halves or 1.5. Okay, so I know that my answer to this should be approximately 1.5, so it should be 1.566. Therefore, 5.701 divided by 3.64 would have to be 1.56628. It's got to be that the decimal point goes between the 1 and the 5 in order to be close to 1.5.